What's up, guys? It's me, Dap Trevon, and it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. I posted a video last night. I'll get to that later. Toucan Air. It's going great. The divs are great. Hypertron has launched, and that's going very, 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 very well. The pool is at about 600,000 last I checked, and it's gonna go probably past 1 million the first day. So that's gonna mean, about a 50,000 TRX, at least a 50,000 TRX buy-in from Hypertron going to the floor. So price is gonna go up, and I think it's gonna, Toucan Air is gonna become a profit share as far as dApps and other ideas. I wish I could say them, but people keep stealing my ideas and doing them themselves. So, but I have an idea, and I've been told that it will work. So now, endless floor raising is upon us on Toucan Air. So that's gonna be great. And when the price of toucans are like way up 10, 20 TRX, the Ambassador airdrop feature is going to become very attractive for me, because I can sell some of my toucans and just give away the TRX to the holders. Especially once there's a good flow of TRX going into my Ambassador wallet. So, Hypertron is one, but I don't expect Hypertron to be great forever, unless, it could be, but here's a little FUD, I guess. Their div model just is ancient. So, some of it does roll over, but, just don't expect huge divs for long. There will be divs for sure, but I wouldn't get comfortable with 1 million div pool every day, because it's gonna reset. But it could go, very great for a long time. So it depends. But being in smart contracts, as long as I have been in smart contracts, I know how it goes. So get in early and collect divs, and then just become a part of the community. So I posted a video last night and about a clip. I was watching Richard Hart talk about Hex on his latest video, and I'm just sitting there watching, and he's like, okay, let's talk about BitConnect. I'm like, oh shit. BitConnect had 2 of the biggest promoters. I'm like, oh shit. And he says Trevon James and Craig Grant. And I keep on listening. I'm like, oh man, this is great. Let me post this on Twitter. Man, Twitter, the outside perspective for Hex has so much FUD in it. I'm beginning to think it's a conspiracy, because the amount of FUD on Hex is unreal, when there shouldn't be. There shouldn't be as much FUD on Hex as there is. Maybe a little bit of FUD, of course, sure. But the amount of FUD on Hex has to make you say, hold on a second. That's how I think anyway. When everybody is one way, I'm like, I step back. Especially like in politics and stuff. Wherever the herd is, I want to pay attention to what the herd isn't focusing on, right? So there's all this FUD. My mentions are exploding. That was the plan, So it's working, but my mentions are exploding. oh, this scammer, oh my God, Hex is perfect for them, oh my God. It's just crazy, right? And I'm like, man, this has got to be a conspiracy. And you know what I think the conspiracy is? I think the conspiracy is FUD from the beginning. Let me get somewhere else out of this light. FUD from the beginning of Hex was, I guess I'll say, initiated by the Hex community, because they don't want people buying into it, because it's great. It's a great model. It's a great smart contract. And I've been dealing with smart contracts. I'm going to be saying this a lot lately because people don't know what smart contracts are and they have opinions on it. But anyway, so the model is so great that they don't want people buying. They don't want people putting ETH into it, because they want to be the ones that's putting the ETH into it to get the biggest share of everyday's pool. And what people don't realize is people are going to be talking about Hex for the next year. People are going to be talking about it for the next year. So you can say, oh, just be better to just wait. Yeah. Or it would be very, 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 very smart to stake some every day. Get in every pool with a small amount of ETH every day, just in case it's huge. But if everybody's so hype on Hex, it's gonna make your share dwindle, because that's how smart contract works. So you really don't want anyone promoting it yet. You want it to go down. You want people to stop putting ETH in it. You want it to be a scam. You see what I'm saying? If you're in the community, like every time I start talking about it, I'm like, man, I better shut up about this, because I'm gonna mess up the pools and have a whole bunch of ETH going into the pools too early. You know, when the FOMO is supposed to set in months from now. So I just think that it's really, really strange how much FUD is on this. And most of the people FUDding are probably only regurgitating what they've heard someone else say who didn't know what they were talking about. You have to go to etherhex.win and read the site. Read the site. I challenge everyone, go to etherhex.win and actually watch the first video, and read everything on the page. I bet you nobody has done that. I bet you no one has done that. Everybody just regurgitating what they've heard. Be the smart one and do your own research. In everything, do your own research, okay? Don't listen to what anybody else has said. I was on that side, oh, that's just some scam. And then I said, man, let me check this out. Because I looked at the first pool and I was like, oh man, the first two pools were horrible. And I was like, oh no. And then I waited and I said, let me take another look. And the bonuses that you get bonuses. And if you go, the only way you lose on Hex, it's two ways you can lose. Richard Heart takes all the ETH and runs, and no promises, because there are no promises. Or you only put in ETH, a big amount of ETH on the first day or some random day. But if you put in ETH, if I put in ETH every single day, I'm gonna average a certain price, and all it takes is a few of my unlocks for a few times for me to unstake. Wow, if I have unstakes coming every day, a year from now, I'm gonna get some price pumps, and I'll sell into those. It's really pretty. It's pretty obvious if you've been in smart contracts. So I challenge everyone to go to etherhex.win and start staking before it's too late.